Mesquite. Assistant coaches, Craig Fairbairn and Larry Grody. And now the players. Number 10, a 5'9" senior, Bill Komar. Number 12, a 5'11" senior, Gordy Rubenstein. Number 20, a 6'4" senior, Quincy Emery. Number 22, a 6'2" senior, Kevin Cranfield. Number 24, a 6'2" senior, Rob Binsick. Number 30, a 6'1" senior, Andrew Henry. And number 50, a 6'2" junior, Scott Claiborne. And now the starting lineup. At one forward, a 6'7" sophomore, 33, Rick Hilscher. At the other forward, a 6'4" junior, number 40, Ryan Nord. At center, a 6'5" senior, number 55, Matt Wilson. At one guard, a 6-foot senior, number 21, Brian Bird. And at the other guard, a 6'1" senior, number 14, Sean Dobbins. Those are the Trevians of New Trier High School of Winnetka. And now introducing the Rocks of Rock Island High School, entering this game with a record of 26-4. Here is the head coach of Rock Island in his 9th season with a record of 217-45 at Rock Island, Duncan Reed. Assistant coaches Mike Brown and Jim Condon. And now the players. Number 20, a 6-foot junior, Wayne Meyer. Number 22, a 6-foot senior, Rick Kelly. Number 25, a 6'1" senior, Sean McMillan. Number 30, a 6'1" junior, Jack Anderson. Number 33, a 6'4" senior, Scott Small. Number 34, a 6'3" junior, Ed Beasy. And number 52, a 6'8" senior, Lamont Wortham. And now here is the starting lineup for Rock Island. At one forward, 6'4" and a junior, 44, Shane McGahee. At the other forward, a 6'3" sophomore, 24, Tony Pulliam. At center, a 6'9" senior, 45, Brian Jones. At guard, a 5'8" junior, number 14, Chris Allison. And at guard, a 6-foot junior, number 23, Donnie White. Those are the Rocks of Rock Island High School. And now the officials, Scott Jones of Centralia and Bill Bangle of Decatur.
The last spot in the Class AA Final Four is about to be decided. Don't go away as we pause for these messages. For the Rocks, it is Allison, White, Jones, Pulliam, and McGahee. For New Trier, Dobbins, Bird, Wilson, Hilscher, and Nord. Brian Jones will jump center with Ryan Nord, and we're set to get underway. The Rocks have the experience down here, but we've seen stranger things today. Bloom almost pulled off the upset of the tournament, falling by 1 point to top-rated and undefeated Peoria Central. Who wants this one? Donnie White does. White will set up the offense. And coach, keep your eye on the tempo.
Keep your eye on the tempo. Tell you what, they've drained us today, haven't they?
Brian Jones doesn't want it. Allison with a rare shot, in and out, no good. McGahee went up strong for that rebound, and he'll restart the offense. But they say
they got a quick call there with the jump ball. Alternating possessions, New Trier has it.
Very quick call. Nord will inbound, and now you're about to see Rock Island's forte, that full court pressure, which is broken easily by Bird all the way down. We've got contact and a blocking foul on Brian Jones.
Good call. Now, they saw a situation where New Trier wasn't going to be happy just getting the ball in bounds. They attacked the backside of the press right now.
Brian Jones, 6'9", 193. You'll see him picking up the personal right there.
Took the ball to the cup right now and got fouled by Jones.
Brian Bird at the free throw line, and I know what you're asking. No, he's not related. New Trier with the first lead of the game.
The word is on Brian Bird is that he's the leader, the table setter for this ball club's offense. And of course, when he got it in his hands the first time, he took it right out of the hole.
New Trier up by a bucket. Pulliam gets it blocked, but a foul on Nord. Fortunately for Rock Island. I don't think Pulliam expected Nord to jump out there.
Let's see it right here. Pulliam pulls up for the jumper, and he didn't foul him on with his hand, but actually fell into him with his body. So that's where the foul occurred. Tony Pulliam's a great shooter. Only a sophomore, Jim.
You can tell he's growing up because when he was a freshman, it was Anthony, and now he's a sophomore, and it's Tony. The closer you get to manhood, you get to decide your own name. Pulliam, who was great in the fourth quarter against Rockford Boylan, sinking 8 of 8 from the free throw line, misses his first and nails his second. Full court pressure, man open. Hilscher's all alone down there. He'll put it up and score.
Rock Island just fell asleep after the free throw.
New Trier up 4-1. They stay up 4-1. As Sean Dobbins comes down with a rebound. Dobbins, their three-point expert. He's hit 58 of 134 in the campaign. Anytime you can hit over 40% beyond the arc, you're making your coach happy, bet you. The Rocks in that defense, the zone. Nice pass inside, but Jones got a hand on it. Coming up with it, however, is Matt Wilson. The center bangs it home, and New Trier out in good shape, 6-1. They're going to let Pulliam shoot, but Nord says, no, I've changed my mind. Inside, Jones posting up, missed everything. Rebound comes down to Bird.
A 1-4 set there, and just posting Jones up inside.
Dobbins can't get that one. Rebound, though, comes to Hilscher off the glass and in. 8-1, New Trier.
New Trier's controlling their own offensive board, and that's been the difference the last 2 trips down the floor. I think Rock Island's going to have to get a little movement in their offense to get New Trier moving. They're in a man-to-man defense. Now they're up high. They're going to get a little movement here, Jim.
Allison with a head fake, gets a nice pass over to McGahee, and that's a sure thing. That's what Allison does best. He really doesn't care if he scores a point.
1-2-2 ball press right here. They'll go back into their zone now.
Ooh, Bird walked, or was he fouled? He was fouled by Pulliam.
Fouled by Pulliam. They had twisted an ankle or hurt a knee there.
Let's hope not for New Trier's sake. He's getting up slowly. He's going to shake it up
right here. He's coming up the floor with a basketball. Like Pulliam slips in here. Get their legs tangled up just a little bit.
Oh, he came down on his right angle awkwardly. And that'll scare you. If you've ever played basketball and you feel that ankle going, you're going, oh, Lord, not now.
Oh, you hope the guy could come back here.
So he'll check out now, and they will give him some medical treatment behind the bench. Here's Nord down low. McGahee will pick up a personal foul. Andrew Henry has checked into the ball game for Mel Sheets, and he will be the only Jamaican you will see in the Elite Eight.
Nord posts up rather well and had Jones on his backside.
They're penetrating the Rocky defense, getting it down low on the post. Easy.
Now.
Nord, short. Not proficient from the free throw line at all, only shooting 36% on the year.
There you see. Shooting 62, which surprises me, Jim.
Well, that's why you see it. Oh, Rock Island comes down with it, though. You saw Brian Bird getting taped up. He should be back in, hopefully, for the Trevians. What is a Trevian,
it's a Trevian man-to-man. Yeah, I want to know that.
Well, it's a long story, but I can tell you that New Trier has a sister city in Germany, and that's where it's taken from. Bad pass. Donnie White with a defense. Bird hits the deck, or I should say Dobbins does, and here comes Allison. He makes a bad pass. He lost the handle on that. Ball up for grabs. Nord comes down with it. Everybody finally settles
Need a
down.
little control here. Settle down.
3 minutes gone. It's 8-3 New Trier. They get it down low again. Wilson hits again.
Wilson just simply flashed across the lane and caught the ball and turned around and put it in.
New Trier looking good. Rocky looking for the missing piece to the puzzle. 10-3 our score. Outside is Pulliam.
Run a little shuffle cut, kind of off of a flex offense, and of course Pulliam can hit the three-pointer.
10-5 after the tray. The other way is Nord. It's a 2-on-1. In and out. McGahee goes up strong for the rebound. Long pass to Pulliam. He'll deal inside. It won't go, but he's fouled.
Pulliam gets up the floor quickly. He's a good athlete. I'm really impressed, Jim, with let's look here at the replay. Here's Allison with the ball looking up the floor. Finds Pulliam free underneath the basket on the baseline. That's where he's fouled. It's hard to say, Jim, I'm really impressed with the way New Trier attacks inside.
They certainly are doing that. Apparently Mel Sheets said we can do it, so let's try it. Pulliam.
Both ball clubs a little tight here in the opening going from the free throw line.
Well, Duncan Rayo, you see there, he says it's great for the kids to come down to state all the time, and Rocky has made quite a few appearances now, but the coach is getting to be a little old and it's wearing him out. Foul up top on Allison. Allison, who had a badly bruised ankle in that Rockford-Boylan game late, didn't practice for a couple of days, but he looks ready to roll now.
He looks taped together to me. His ankles are kind of big there with tape, and his fingers are taped.
Dobbins with the basketball. You've got two number 14s in this game, and they both like to penetrate. Donnie White tried to read his mail, but couldn't get the pass. This is Scott Claiborne in the basketball game, number 50, and a bad pass underneath as Wilson tried to get it across the lane to Hilscher. Knocked out of bounds by Rock Island.
Good defense by Donnie Allison. He saw the dump pass coming back and just rotated down and knocked the ball out of bounds.
Brian Bird all taped up and back in the ball game. Let's see how he responds after twisting that right ankle. Henry with the basketball in the corner. They're playing beat the zone by going over the top of it. 3:50 remaining here in the first quarter.
2-3 Rock Island zone defense.
Hilscher gets it down low. And the ball is kicked out front. Donnie White's got a one-on-one. White to the hole. Glass good.
Good offensive idea by New Trier on this end of the floor. Just a bad pass.
Donnie White is the leading scorer on Rock Island, averaging 14 during the season, but he's kicked it up a notch in the state tournament, averaging 16 points a ball game in 5 games. Jumper is not there by New Trier as Bird missed it. Back up and in by Scott Claiborne. Pulliam goes to Jones. Jones triple team. Nice pass. McGahee. He'll muscle it up, but he is fouled before he could get off the ground.
Pulliam spotted Jones on the strong hole there on the box area and got it inside to him, and immediately Jones felt the pressure and dumped to McGahee on the weak side. Good ball movement inside by Rock Island.
Andrew Henry picks up his first foul for New Trier. Allison. Pulliam will force one. That's not the shot he wanted. But McGahee's back up. Not there. McGahee is there again. Back up and good.
McGahee's a blue-collar worker. He works hard inside. Not a lot of skills, but he's a lot of determination inside.
He's got muscles in his lunch bucket.
Yeah, he's a strong kid.
12-10 our score. New Trier with a basketball in the lead. Pulling up as Henry and buries it. Uh-oh. Now Bird is hurt out front, but it's not his ankle.
He got a finger in the eye.
Oh, he definitely got hit in the eye, and that hurts. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, Coach.
Yeah, here
all those
right
fingers
here.
flying.
Right there, good thumb in the eye. You can feel for him right there.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Now this from one of your network sponsors, the Illinois Pork Producers. Well, welcome back to Assembly Hall on a Friday night. Jim Albrecht along with Jacksonville coach Mel Rustio. And Coach, I think we better just start or I should say stop predicting what's going to happen before the game starts. We thought both clubs would come out, pass it around the perimeter, look for an opening, but they picked it up.
We were looking for a breather, weren't we?
New Trier really set the tempo. They went right inside right away. Rocks trail by 4. They finished 4th in the state last year. Jones with an interior pass to McGahee, who muscles it up but can't get it. Bad angle. Rebound came down to Scott Claiborne.
They see Wortham coming into the ball game now.
Not surprising the way that New Trier's been dealing inside.
Rock-Island's changed their defense a little bit. They're 3-2 now. They've gone from the 2-3 zone to the 3-2.
Dobbins comes cross court. Hilscher, only a sophomore. Here's Dobbins. That's his area. This one's going to be short. Oh, Pulliam didn't read the rebound. Back up is good by Sean Dobbins.
Dobbins followed his missed shot and converted on a little layup shot inside.
Well, Pulliam had the right area, and he was supposed to screen his man out, but that time he didn't get it done. Rocks trail by 6. Jones, who can shoot from the outside and did so last year, but has been more down low. Donnie White. Nice pass from Allison to Donnie White.
Good ball movement by Rock Island that time, and that's what Coach Duncan Reed wants his ball club to do, is get some ball movement, get New Trier moving in their defense.
Dobbins in a hurry. Henry now. Henry has it taken away from behind by Allison. Allison will pick it up. It's a 3-on-1. Over to Pulliam. He's fouled, and fouled hard by Matt Wilson, although did Tony go in too far, or should he have tried to take it up with the left hand?
Well, I think he was going pretty fast when he got it. Check it out here on replay. But Allison makes all this happen. He dives in, steals the ball, and leads the fast break out. The kid is just really a tough competitor. Now he sees Pulliam, makes the bounce pass, and of course Pulliam got hit right away.
All right, that wasn't Pulliam's fault, as it turns out. He just was coming in at that angle.
He's got clobbered.
There you see Lamont Wortham. He caught that flu that was going around the country during the season, and he was on his back for a long time. He lost a lot of weight. He can't afford to do that.
He was out for a long time. He was really hurting. We're glad to see he recovered.
Well, Pulliam has not got his eye from the free throw line tonight, at least yet. Can't get that one. Missed 2. Rocks trail 16-12 as the New Trier Trevians bring it up. They lost to Evanston 3 times this year. Evanston was ranked in everybody's top 5 most of the campaign, but when it counted most, the 4th time in the sectional, New Trier got their number. Inside it goes to the big guy, but it's rejected inside. Claiborne had it rejected. Pulliam stops, goes, puts it up, and hits it.
Now, see, here's the luxury that Duncan Reed has with the 2-6-8 kids. Both Wortham and Jones. He's playing a little umbrella zone defense inside, holding 52 Wortham and Jones inside.
Wilson up top, can't get it. Cranfield tries to save and does so. Henry shot won't fall. Lamont Wortham's got the basketball.
Another 6-8 rebounder, huh?
Rocks going for the tie. Pulliam inside the 3-point line. Wilson with a rebound, and a strong rebound. Well, Mel Sheets goes to his bench. He's already used 4 guys off the bench.
Check the defense here now, Jim. They're holding the 2 big guys in at the blocks, and they're kind of just umbrella coverage with the wings down in that 3-2 zone.
Cranfield missed everything, and Jones has the rebound. Baseball pass to White, and we are done with the first quarter, and it went awful quick. New Trier has the edge in a good one, 16-14. Let's take time out for one of your network sponsors, Country Companies. Rock Island coach Duncan Reed started the year out using both of his big men, Lamont Wortham and Brian Jones, and he has been forced to go back to that format tonight.
Well, that's what we talked to Frank about before the ball game, about using them at times together, and of course 2 6-8 kids in the lineup.
Here's the shooting in the first frame. New Trier 6-13, the Rocks 7-15. Everything here is about dead even. The Trevians lead by 2. Wortham down low, tough shot, had it partially blocked. And now he'll pick up the personal foul as Hilscher fought him for the rebound.
New Trier doing an excellent job of screening off, boxing out on the defensive board. And there was a situation where they screened Wortham out after he shot, and he came over the back, and they're going to come down here and see if they can convert on a bonus situation.
Duncan Reed says Lamont Wortham's kind of like a bear. When it's springtime, he wakes up. He did last year in the quarterfinal game. At the free throw line, Rick Hilscher, 62% free throw shooter, which, as Coach Rustio pointed out, is the team average. And of their 8 losses, you say, well, 8 losses. They haven't had that great of a season. But again, 3 were to Evanston and 2 were to Thornridge. Thornridge made it down here to the Elite Eight.
And Evanston has an outstanding ball club.
The only thing Thornridge did wrong today was run into Chicago King. Down low Wortham, bad pass. Nord got in the way, knocked it out of bounds, knocked it off of Wortham, as a matter of fact.
Rock Island still needs a little bit of movement in their offense. They're trying to go maybe inside too quickly.
Breaking the press nicely as Dobbins comes up with it. Just underway here in the second quarter. Hope you're enjoying the action. Chicago King, East St. Louis Lincoln, and Peoria Central are in the Final Four. Nord, good head fake, couldn't get it to fall. Hilscher's got it off the glass, too hard. Who wants it? Dobbins apparently does. Blocked from behind by Wortham.
Just good alertness by New Trier to the ball. Everybody heading and anticipating the ball coming off the board.
Andrew Henry goes out. Scott Claiborne goes out. Brian Bird, who's had a rough night. First the ankle, then the eye. They put some ice on the eye. Apparently he's okay. He's back in the ball game. Bird hangs and can't get it to fall. Rock Island screened out perfectly, but nobody went for the basketball.
Nobody went for it.
Allison. Oh, he turned it over.
You know, you like to see your ball club, and I'm sure Duncan Reed's unhappy with his offensive flow of things here. They need to come down and reverse the ball a few times. Make New Trier play a little defense. They're trying to get it too soon, Jim.
Bird and Dobbins, a couple of senior guards, they run this show. Hilscher, who had a slow start. Donnie White with a steal. All the way down. Count 'em up. Rocks back to within one. Donnie White, one of those smooth-looking ball players, never too much out of control.
Good shooter, good offensive player.
Foul out front on Pulliam.
And that's a silly foul.
There you see Mel Sheets, 8 years at New Trier. Actually, he was at the other New Trier school, New Trier West, before they reunited the school. So let's just suffice to say he's been in Winnetka for a long time.
John Schneider coached the girls basketball team to a state title, right?
Duncan Reed, speaking of undefeated teams, he brought a Lincoln team in here that was undefeated. And they lost in the quarterfinals. That's one of those memories coaches never ever forget.
That's right.
Dobbins got them both. New Trier back up by 3 at 19-16. March Madness about 24 hours away from its conclusion.
They get a little movement here this time. Allison.
That's the movement. Pulliam spots Lamont Wortham inside. Turn around. It doesn't fall. Coming down with the rebound is Mr. Bird. He'll bring it up nicely to Nord. Nord shovels it. Hilscher wanted it, couldn't get it, got it back. Ducey Allison with a quick hand. Knocked it out of there. Whoa, body's flying. Donnie White down, got it. Tough shot. Almost looked like he was in slow motion. Again, it's a one-point ball game, and again, it was Allison making things happen. Last year when I saw him play, I said he was the fly at the family picnic. Nord inside, post up. Got the shot he wanted, but couldn't get it to fall. Lamont Wortham with those long arms brings it down. Rocky with a chance to take the lead. White traveled.
Little up-tempo basketball here. We've seen it all day today.
Now the Rocks can run.
Yes, they can.
They average 66 points a game, which doesn't lead you to believe that they can run a lot, but I've seen them with an up-tempo team, and they can do it. Dobbins working against Donnie White. Now they'll go on the way. That was a bad pass. White had it, lost it. Bird got it back.
Man-to-man defense now by Rock Island.
Dobbins for 3.
Well, we said that he was a guy that can hit the tray out there, and he got that one down. Look for a screen, get a shot in the lane here for White or somebody, probably Donnie White.
Here is Donnie White. There it is.
That was a special called by Duncan Reed. You can probably hear him on the bench calling for a double, and he was looking for a double screen and to free up his good shooter, Donnie White.
22-21, New Trier with the edge, trying to go down low. They get it done, but the shot won't fall as Matt Wilson is defensed nicely by Brian Jones. The Rocks Again, going for the lead with 4:20 remaining here in the half. Jones can hit from out there. Not this time. Rebound is Nord.
Jones does shoot well from that area, and I'm sure that Duncan Reed didn't object to him taking that shot.
Last year, he was one of their better three-point shooters. This year, Duncan said, you're going to have to play down low, young man. So he's only taken 12 three-pointers. Hilscher inside is fouled from behind by Lamont Wortham.
You know, I guess if I'm surprised at anything, I'm surprised at the good, solid inside game that Trier has. You heard about Dobbins, you heard about Bird, but not much was said about their inside people, and they play tough, post up well.
Sean McMillan will check in now wearing number 25. Shane McGahee will recheck back into the ball game as Lamont Wortham and Tony Pulliam take a blow next to Coach Duncan Reed. And Duncan Reed has just about every member of his family here tonight, including a 5-week-old grandson.
Duncan expects him to come. They want a Christmas gift. It's part of it.
What's its first words going to be? Traveling? 23-21, nah, 24-21. Rick Hilscher, he'll be around for a while, only a sophomore. We've got another good one. The only big spread of the day was Chicago King over Dalton Thornridge as they scored 13 off the gun. McGahee can't get that shot to fall. Brian Jones says, hey, man, I was pushed inside. The official does not concur. Donnie White will foul out front as Bird brought it up.
Bad foul by Donnie White. He doesn't need to foul him from that side there. You see him coming up the floor here. Bird
he was going to go for the steal.
Yeah, he was going to try to cut in front of him. But just not a good situation. You know, you foul him 47 feet away from the basket, and he's going to go to the line and maybe convert on you.
And if I said brung, which I did, that is incorrect grammar, ladies and gentlemen. That's brought it on my part.
I thought you said that.
You know, every time I go into a gas station, I talk strange for 2 days. 3:39 remaining here in the first half as Wilson takes a blow. Bird has a miss from the line.
I'm impressed with this young man, Nord, who just came back in the ballgame, Jim.
He plays hard. 6'4", 170, a junior. Free throw not there. Rocky would need a 3 to tie this encounter. You never know what the score was by watching Chris Allison's face. It's always the same expression.
Just intensity and sometimes pain.
Working it around the perimeter. Jones finds a crease, goes to the hole and scores.
There's that reverse action, you know, and I'm sure that's what Duncan wants. You need to reverse the ball, get some offense going.
Andrew Henry, wearing number 30, is rechecked into the ball game for New Trier. Ian Bird playing the guards right now as Dobbins is on the bench. Hilscher goes down low to Nord. Nord triple team, puts it up.
Good high-low action, good interior passing.
When you're in that close and you've got the mental attitude and the muscle, you go up.
Tell you what, they're intense inside. They're determined young people in there.
McGahee drives. He has it stripped away. Gets it back and then lost it. Bird picked it up, and McGahee picked up another personal foul. Not good for Rock Island.
No, he was reaching in after he lost the ball on a strip. Let's watch it here. McGahee has the ball stripped. Okay,
then lost it
again. Now he's reaching around, and the obvious, the foul.
We saw this afternoon one call that wasn't called a foul when someone wrapped their hands behind somebody.
I think we had a 2-point takedown.
Yeah, that was the only one I've seen. Pull him in. Shane McGahee will sit right there next to Duncan Reed, as you see.
Hilscher's a nice-looking athlete, 6'7" sophomore.
Remember, we talked about free throw percentages and what they mean. Well, we talked about New Trier 62% as a team, and it certainly isn't showing tonight. New Trier trying to go up by 5. But they won't on that one as Donnie White clears it out. You look at this Rock Island Rock team. Allison and White, both juniors. William, a sophomore.
Tell you what, Jim, you got a team that's shooting beneath 67%, 66% as a team. You don't have a very good free throw shooting team.
Donnie White covered up nicely. Takes it inside. It will come in and out. Rebound fought for and won by Scott Claiborne. New Trier giving Rock Island only one shot on most occasions. We're down to 2 minutes left here in the first half.
3-2 zone by Rock Island.
Hilscher baseline. Hilscher jumper. Not there. Hilscher rebound. Up and in.
Tell you what, there was a gutsy play by a sophomore. Took the jumper, fouled his shot, reached over to get the rebound and put it off the board.
If you're tall enough, you can get away with this reach over. Watch.
Jumper,
He doesn't really
pretty
foul.
good on it. Follows up, catches, and then off the board and is fouled. Folks, that's a 6'7" sophomore.
Brian Jones was just a little out of position, too far under the basket.
Too far. You didn't really box him out, Jim.
McGahee will check back in. Jones picks up his second personal foul, and Sean McMillan will go out.
Sure that Jones would have liked to have that defensive maneuver over where he could have boxed him out after the first attempt.
What New Trier has been able to do is keep Rock Island from one of their patented spurts. Usually they find that 8 or 10 point spurt, but not tonight so far. New Trier leads it 30-23, minute 48 remaining in the first half. Now this time out for this from one of your network sponsors, John Deere. For Rock Island fans, I know it's a surprise, and for some other folks at Assembly Hall, it might be a surprise, but Mel Sheets expresses no surprise, leading 30-23, doing a good job, not only inside offensively, Coach, but inside defensively.
Right, they really are. They're not letting Rock Island get the second and third shots.
Allison trying to go off a pick, but it wasn't there.
Rock Island actually shooting a little bit better than New Trier from the field.
Pulliam drops it down low for Wortham, who needs it, but gets nothing but air molecules. Larry Bird. I knew I'd say it once tonight.
That's easy.
Bird.
3-2 zone, tried the lob, alley-oop there.
Tried it for Hilscher, and knocking it away was McGahee, but stealing it, or at least trying to, was Dobbins, and we've got a jump ball, and which way is the arrow pointing? New Trier.
Gutty play by Dobbins there, you know, really tough. Stayed right with the loose basketball and finally tied up.
You mentioned Hilscher. His frame's going to expand before he becomes a senior. Right now, the sophomore's only 6'7", 175,
and only 15.
With that aggressiveness and another 30 pounds, look out. Dobbins pull up. No. Wortham was faked out. Wortham thought the ball was going to hit the rim. It didn't, and it almost hit him. And it caused the ball to go out of bounds and gives New Trier another chance with 56 seconds remaining here. And it goes to Wilson. That time Wortham got all ball. Allison the other way. Allison almost had it picked off by Nord from behind. Donnie White, they're letting him take the shot. He's not getting it that time. Rebound Hilscher.
New Trier is just doing an excellent job on the defensive board. Rock Island's been getting one shot and one shot only.
Bird off the pick. Bird down the lane. He can't get it. Tough drive, but it just wouldn't fall. McGahee with a rebound, and Allison says, okay, let's set up the offense. And let's take one good shot before we go into intermission and hear what Duncan Reed has to say.
He's going to have something to say.
"12 seconds now. 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Rocks trying to cut into a 7-point New Trier lead. Big bucket if they can get it, and a foul by Dobbins, who, as you can tell, doth protest.
He didn't want that call right then, and he just got caught reaching in and making a silly foul. And White's got the ball in this situation. Dobbins just reached across and got him across the forearm.
Donnie White to the free throw line, shooting almost 80% on the year, so that is not the man you wanted to send there with 5 seconds remaining in the first half, or is it?
Struggle.
Rocks haven't been good at the free throw line. Had they been, this would be,
that's right,
if not a tie ball game, then at least closer than it is
there's
now.
your percentage right there.
Donnie White got his second 6-point game. New Trier has it almost stolen away by White. Boy, if he had picked that off and gone in for the layup, that would have given Rock Island some momentum going into the locker room. Let's see what New Trier calls. They lost 2 seconds on the clock, so they've got 3 seconds left for the Hail Mary. Bird will take it from half court, hit the bank board, but that's all. We're at the half in game 4 of the quarterfinals. It is New Trier with the 30. Rock Island trails by 4. Let's pause for these messages. And And welcome back to Assembly Hall. It's been a long day of basketball. I'm Jim Albrecht, along with Coach Mel Rustio of Jacksonville, who made it to the Sweet 16 this year before running into Peoria Central. Here at halftime, Rock Island trails by 6. New Trier, again, we can't reiterate it enough. They're doing a good job of getting the ball inside. They're being very patient, and they look a lot more aggressive on the offensive glass than does Rock Island.
Well, they are. They're doing a good job getting the ball inside, as you pointed out, Jim. But the big job they're doing is they're not letting Rock Island get second and third shots. They're really boxing out well on their defensive board, and that's probably the difference in the ball game right now, along with the free throws. There's a replay in there with the big kid Nord pump faking and going up and scoring. That's their inside game, and it's much stronger.
It really is. And of course, we have Sean Dobbins and Brian Bird running a show out front. Now, Dobbins really hasn't gone crazy three-point wise, but he's playing with it himself. He hasn't really had to do it. If the inside game is there, go inside is what he's thinking. As far as the Rock Island Rocks are concerned, they haven't gotten a lot of point production outside. We'll have to see what happens.
They're a little ratty on offense. They need to reverse the ball. They need to be patient. If they're going to use the two big guys, then reverse it and look inside to them.
Another key factor, the Rock Island Rocks are putting on pressure, but the pressure's not really creating that many turnovers. Chris Allison has created 2 or 3 turnovers, but that's been about it.
New Trier has shown the ability to handle that type of pressure, and in fact, their guards penetrate very well and look to dump the ball off.
And of course, New Trier also used that bench and used it well. They used 4 people coming off the bench, and Duncan Reed was forced to go to his 2 big man lineup because he was getting burned inside, but still New Trier was able to maintain 30-24 at the half. Now standing by courtside, our colleague Art Kimball. Art.
Thank you very much, Jim. And our guest is Daryl Bader, the head basketball coach at Gurney Warren, who took on this New Trier ball club in the Super Sectional and finally lost by 10, but I understand a little tighter ball game than that.
Yeah, it was a very good ball game. We were up most of the first half and went down 2 at the half, and then they surged out and got about 11-point lead, and we closed it to 4 and had the ball with about 2.5 to go.
I had to look at my notes, Daryl. At this point in the tournament, I forgot where your super was. It was Elgin, right?
Yeah, we were over at Elgin.
Okay, we got that established. What about this New Trier team? It's a ball club that hasn't had a tremendous amount of ballyhoo, and yet it's a very solid club.
Yeah, they have a nice balance. They've got 2 real good guards that good outside shooting, good penetration. They know how to take care of the basketball, so they're hard to press. And they've got the big guys inside, that Hillshire, the sophomore, the real force in there, and those other guys know how to work the boards. They're real bangers in there.
Well, they brought the one kid off the bench, too, has played well for him here.
That's right. Henry comes in at guard and does a nice job, and then there's another kid at the front line that comes in and does a good job for him, too.
What about basketball in your area in general, not necessarily in the state tournament series? Would you say on the upswing right now, about normal, perhaps a little bit below par?
Well, I think that the basketball in Illinois is on upswing generally all over. I like what I see happening with the crowds in our area. Yeah. We have great fan following, and that's nice to see that enthusiasm again.
Oh yeah, that's the lifeblood of the program, and the coaches, the kids, the fans all enjoy it a lot more that way.
Oh yeah, and well, if we ever had a 6th man to win a ball game, our fans were so great down there. It was deafening though how loud they were.
Now, Daryl, you tell me you have to be magician next year. You're short a few people after this fine club.
Yeah, so we were last year too. So we graduated 4 last year, and we graduate 4 this year. So we'd like to be able to come back and have the kind of year we had this year with a new group again. But we're going to be very small, and it'll be tough. But we got some good kids.
You guys in this profession like a challenge anyway, don't you?
That's right. But you like to have a little bit of bigger kids to help you defend. But our sophomores were 23-1, and we have a few kids back off the varsity. So we'll have good perimeter play if we can find something inside.
Yeah, the 2 super sectional trips has to help. The younger kids get fired up.
Oh yeah, it's just it's such a joy to see all those younger kids with Blue Devil basketball shirts on, and we had our largest turnout for summer camp last year, and I suspect that that's going to happen. You know, the enthusiasm, nothing like success to build enthusiasm.
Absolutely. Daryl, congratulations for a fine year, and thank you so much for the visit. Good luck to you next year.
Oh, thank you very much, Art.
Daryl Bader, the head coach at Gurney Warren, the team that lost to New Trier in the Elgin Super Sectional. Let's take time out for this from one of your network sponsors, the Illinois Pork Producers.
One of the reasons Rock Island is trailing by 6 here at halftime, as we mentioned, is the inability to get that second shot, Coach.
You see McGahee come down, take the jumper on the baseline. Look at the good checkout, the good box-out move by New Trier here to seal off the boards. and in fact do an excellent job. And they've done that time and time again, Jim.
Brian Jones, who averages about 7 rebounds per ball game, couldn't pick up on that one. Let's check out the individual numbers now and the team numbers. Rock Island shooting 10 of 25, New Trier 10 of 30, 40% to 33. As far as free throws are concerned, the Rocks have been at the line 8 times, have only made 3. New Trier, on the other hand, a 62% shooting free throw team, 9 of 13.
Big difference at the free throw line. At ball club's 9 for 13, where Rock Island is 3 for 8, and that's the difference in this ball game.
Rebounds just about even. Turnovers likewise. Team fouls. Rockies picked up 10. New Trier 5. Individually, Hilscher, the sophomore, with 10 points here.
Well, he's
in the first half.
me.
He certainly has. He came in averaging 10. He's got his average so far. Dobbins, who averages 15, hitting 7 here in the first half, and Matt Wilson, who averages 9 on the campaign, hitting 4. For the Rocks, Donnie White has been the main point producer. 12 points from the junior guard. Tony Pulliam with 6, McGahee with 4, and that's about it.
The absence of Jones in the scoring column is noteworthy there, Jim.
So what do you think Duncan Reed said in the locker room besides, come on, you can play more aggressive basketball than that? And I'm not taking anything away from New Trier because they were indeed the more aggressive team.
I think what he's probably said is that you got to reverse the ball on offense. They got to move the ball a little bit more. They got to involve their big people a little bit more. And certainly they got to get on the offensive board better than what they have. The absence of Jones and Wortham scoring is really tough.
We're coming back with the start of the second half, but let's pause for these messages. Here's what's coming your way tomorrow. Starting at 11, King and East St. Louis Lincoln. It could be a great basketball game. And then Peoria against either New Trier or Rock Island. Right now, New Trier says that's going to be us. Then tomorrow night, we'll have before the tip-off for you, taking a look at some of the stars of Illinois basketball, then the consolation game for third and the championship game at 8:15. The Rocks inbound.
And New Trier's in their man-to-man defense. Rock Island looks to be a little bit more patient to start this second half, Jim.
It's Allison, Jones, Donnie White with the basketball, Tony Pulliam, and McGahee. And Pulliam buries it from the left side, and they needed that in a big way.
Positive way to start this second half. Rock Island needed that basket.
Rock Island trails by 4, and Dobbins takes it all the way down and then kicks it back out to his running mate, Bird.
Rock Island, too, starting in a man-to-man defense.
Good defense that time by Pulliam as he knocked it away from Matt Wilson, but it headed out of bounds. Again, Bird's ankle looks pretty good. He's not favoring it too much. He injured it early in the ball game. Bird goes down baseline. Nothing there. Ball's lost and picked up by Brian Jones.
Bird had a good idea, just a bad pass.
And Allison got wrapped in the side of the head. This is just the prelim, folks. Mike Tyson's coming up next. Jones out front. Jones down, kicks it out. Nice pass, but Allison doesn't want the shot. They'll be particular about which shot they want now as they try to close it to within 2.
Well, obviously, they've been told to be more patient at halftime.
McGahee in and out. No good. Rebound fought for. Jones kept it alive. Jones gets it back. He is fouled on his way back up.
You know, you asked the question, what did Duncan Reed say at halftime? I think it's obvious. He told the kids to be more patient, reverse the basketball. There you're going to see McGahee take the jump shot. It's off. Jones gets the tip out to Pulliam. Pulliam tips it back in. Nord couldn't handle it. Jones gets it. Now he comes up in. Did the right thing, Jim. He took it right back to the basket and got fouled.
Jones can't hit the free throw. He backs away in disgust.
And that's the difference in this ballgame at this time.
Unofficially, Rocky now 3 of 9 from the free throw line. Jones gets this one. It's a 3-point ball game. Full court pressure. In stereo. Bird down. Allison, he lives on the floor. Dangerous cross-court pass. Hilscher says, I'll take it from here. Doesn't fall. McGahee strong for the rebound. Donnie White, this is a 3-on-2 if he wants it. White, 15-footer, in and out. Jones tip, no, but he's fouled to go back to the free throw line.
Good inside positioning by Brian Jones that time. Got up the floor quickly with White and grabbed. You see White take the jumper, and Jones gets good inside position here. Gets the board and over the back.
Timeout, New Trier. They haven't scored yet in the second half. The lead is now 3. Now this from the Country Companies, proud sponsors of the IHSA telecast since 1972. Mel Sheets called the timeout. What did he say?
He said, what offense are we in, fellas? And I think that was a good question, a good timeout, because New Trier is guilty of what Rock Island was guilty of in the first half. It's kind of rushing your offense.
Brian Jones at the free throw line, shooting 61% from there. His high game on the year, 23. His high rebounding game, 12. He did that twice. Rock Island is a confident bunch. They should be.
Another barn burner here.
The program is well entrenched at Rock Island. If you think they have a young team, coach, their sophomore team hasn't lost in 50 games.
Right.
5-0.
And Jacksonville's got to go there next year.
We've got a 1-point ball game. New Trier hasn't scored in the third quarter. The Rocks have put 5 up on the board, and Pulliam comes away with a steal. Tony will wait, start again, get it blocked from behind by Nord. He saves it, kicks it out to Allison. Into McGahee, shot up and good. The Rocks have the lead, and Donnie White almost stole it.
And this crowd behind us, Rock Island's crowd, can get into this ball game a little bit too now.
It's a 7-0 run for the Rocks. New Trier trying to get it together. Donnie White's everywhere. He knocked it out of bounds again. There you see Mel Sheets and company. New Trier plays in the Central Suburban South Conference. They are the biggest school here in the Elite Eight with over 3,300 students. Nice drive by Nord, but he couldn't get it. Too much iron. The Rocks had it, lost it, picked up by Nord. Allison took it away and saved the bucket.
And just knocked out 6 members of the Belleville East Lancer Band doing it.
Well, that kind of defense is great as long as you don't hit the tuba section. You pay for that.
Well, he hit it. He just hustles. He gives you everything he's got. I mean, how else can he play? You know, 5'6", 5'6.5".
His father's a teacher at Rock Island. I don't know what he teaches. Maybe it's defense 102. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, he's just a gutted kid. He sure needs to be patient. Needs to get some offense going here now.
They've gone over 2.5 minutes without a single digit up on the board.
Rock Island's back into their zone defense now. 2-3 zone.
Hilscher cross courts it to Dobbins. Nothing there. Donnie White trying to draw that charge. Hilscher baseline. Does he want it? He wants it, but he doesn't get it. Great rebound by Nord. Back up, blocked, and a foul on Jones.
Great offensive rebound by Nord. He snatched that ball that was well beyond his, seemingly beyond his reach. Hilscher's got a great deal of confidence in that baseline jumper. Look at the jumper by Hilscher here on the baseline. He shoots it up, doesn't get it, and Nord reaches well over his right shoulder to grab the rebound. Pump fakes, goes up, and gets fouled by Jones.
And more importantly, he also handed Brian Jones his 3rd personal foul.
Another thing, too, you know, New Trier showed good patience that time down the floor, Jim, and it was important to do so. They had the lead at halftime. They came out. Rock Island made a run. Rock Island's fans who are here in force got into this ball game. That series down the floor, they took some time off the clock.
Nord gets him off that drought. It's tied at 31. Lamont Wortham has checked in, replacing Brian Jones, who is nursing those 3 fouls. McGahee goes in the lane. He better get out of there. He does.
New Trier stays with their man defense. Now they're in a little sag here, a little zone here.
Pulliam spots McGahee. Good pass, but the idea did not come to fruition because McGahee had good defense on it. Bird the other way. Allison was there again. This is Dobbins.
There's his 3.
You could just about say that every time he scores. New Trier had lost the lead, but now they've scored 4 in a row, and it's 34-31 Trevians. Henry getting set to check in for Coach Mel Sheets. Lamont Wortham post up, and he can't get it to fall. McGahee kept it alive. Jump ball. And the arrow goes the way of New Trier.
And New Trier's doing a good job defensively. They're switching off. That time down the floor, man-to-man coverage. Really protect and jam back into the lane. Good defensive ball club. Well coached defensively.
Scott Small will check into the ball game now. 6'4", 200-pound senior. Little muscle. I don't think Duncan Reed liked the last shot that Lamont took, or else he just wants to get another banger in there. Looked like a pretty good shot to me. We'll have to see about that.
Well, suddenly he's got both 6'8" kids on the bench.
This is Andrew Henry with the basketball. Now without the basketball. Allison gets it over to Pulliam. Is there a jump ball? No. Dobbins to the hole. He's fouled. Welcome to scramble basketball.
That's exactly what it was. I think we had a traveling here that's missed when the youngster rolls over with the ball. He's got control of the ball. Henry loses it. Now it's loose on the floor. It's anybody's ball. Henry's back on it with the ball. But here when he turns over and rolls with it, that's traveling. And of course, wasn't called, but that was. And that sends Dobbins to the line.
Dobbins can't get the free throw. 3:52 remaining here in the third quarter. New Trier up by 3. The winner gets to take on Peoria Central. Undefeated Peoria Central. Well, just when the Rocks looked like they were ready to roll, the momentum has shifted again. Kind of been like that all day around here.
Yes, it has. It's a game of surges.
Small with the basketball.
The game itself is his game of surges.
McGahee needs it and gets it. Dobbins breaks the pressure, and then a reach-in foul on Rock Island just as Dobbins was about to get into trouble.
With both big kids on the bench, Wortham and Jones, it would appear that the quicker lineup is a better pressing lineup, and maybe that's what Duncan Reed is looking for right now.
And you should also note that even when the press doesn't work, let's say you press for 3 quarters, you're wearing that other team down, and, you're trying to get those last 6-7 minutes.
You got it right.
Bad pass, and Pulliam's there with a long arm. He gets it out to Donnie White. It's a one-on-one. White spots Allison. Can't get it to fall. McMillan had it. McGahee had it, I should say, and it's a jump ball again. And Rock Island will get the arrow. Well, had Donnie White seen Allison trailing, he would have gotten it to him earlier across the left side.
Oh, should have. See it come up here.
Right there.
Donnie White's got the ball right here. He just had a tough time finding the handle for the pass, I think, Jim, and he couldn't get it down. Then the ball climbs in on McGahee as he's trying to rebound it.
Rock Island could have tied on that trip down. It wasn't to be. Let's see if they can tie on the inbound. Pulliam calls the play. Nothing open underneath. Bodies flying again. Donnie White fakes, has it knocked away, but Small's there to pick it up. Dobbins and Allison, they must have played a lot of marbles when they were kids because they're close to the ground all the time. Three-pointer, Donnie White in and out. Coming down with a rebound, Scott Claiborne in a hurry. Henry, baseline, he didn't want that shot.
I don't know why they're in a hurry either.
Ball's kicked out of bounds, and it'll belong to New Trier. Rock Island fans don't like it. New Trier fans do. You know what that was? Youthful exuberance, Coach.
There you go.
That's what it was.
Okay. There's been a lot of that here this afternoon.
Yeah, you get into one of these things, and sometimes your mind tells you can do something, but your coach isn't telling you the same thing.
That's right.
Down low it goes to Dobbins. Ball squirts out of there. Allison's on it again. Out of bounds. New Trier's basketball.
Tell you what, he's worth the price of admission just to watch him hustle. And that's Chris Allison. He's all over the place, isn't he?
He sure is. Brian Bird checking back into the ball game now.
The Trier needs to get patient in their attack here and get something they want. They're getting caught up into a fast half-court flow.
How many times can Allison knock the ball out of bounds? Seems to be the question here. It's kind of like the old trivia question, how many foul balls did Luke Appling have and won it back?
I think you said it best when you described it as a fly at the family picnic.
Oh, what a block. All the way down is White for the tie. It's blocked at the other end. I think it was Scott Claiborne who got the hand up there.
The hand on, right.
And it looked like Small at the other end. Claiborne fouled by Allison. Well, we've been stuck on 35-33 for a couple of minutes or so, it would seem. 2:09 remaining here in the third quarter. Let's go to rejection lane.
Okay,
that was McGahee on the block.
And then down here at this end, I think it's Claiborne.
Yep.
Claiborne on the block.
So McGahee got it at the other end. That was screened out by the bodies. Claiborne goes down low. Not a good idea. McGahee says, I'll take that.
Yeah, that was a set play. The inbounder was supposed to step inbounds real quickly and get a return pass, but obviously Duncan Reed had him scouted.
Rock Island going for the tie. McGahee, 17-footer, count it. 35-35.
McGahee shooting the ball well as half.
In the backcourt, let's see if the Rock Island pressure can cause anything. Now with Dobbins. Dobbins says, that doesn't bother me one bit. Let's set up the offense to Bird. Minute 30 remaining here in the third quarter. A cross-court pass. Small broke it up. Here comes Donnie White. White with a little pressure all the way down. Got it.
Donnie White's capable of going coast to coast on you. He's got great open court speed and quickness.
Rock Island with the 2-point lead. Dobbins working against White. Bad idea. Did you see that? Knocked away by Pulliam from behind.
Now, Pulliam and White just played a little run and jump there on their own.
Dobbins had a great idea to get away from White, but when he went behind the back, Pulliam was there to stick the hand in. They gave McGahee that shot last time
too.
White shut off by Dobbins. Allison will try something on the left side. Yeah, come the other way. McGahee again. Yeah,
got the hot hand. He feels it.
39-35. New Trier now trails by 4. They better slow down. Is it time for one?
Right here. Little double team in the backcourt.
Bird breaks it nicely.
You know, all this has happened with the 2-6-8 kids on the bench. Smaller lineup.
That's right. Maybe that's why Duncan Reed's in the coaching business, huh? 15 seconds remaining here, and they'll take one shot. A wise decision. New Trier needs the bucket. Bird hangs. Can't get it to fall. A lot of contact inside. Wilson with 5 seconds. He'll be short. Rebound came down to Allison. He won't get it off. And Duncan Reed says Allison was fouled down at the other end, and Allison hit the deck. No call. We've got a break after 3. Rock Island 39, New Trier 35. Don't you go away. Let's pause for these messages. Well, here's how the third quarter came to a close, and here's why Duncan Reed was pretty hot at the end of the frame. Allison with 1 second left. Well, we can't really see if he got it or not from that angle. Let's try this angle, Coach.
Allison's going to take a desperation shot here, and Reed's claiming that Allison was fouled. And there it is right there. And the officials are going to ignore that kind of contact, especially when they were waiting for a horn to go off, Jim.
The Trevians, only 1 of 8 in the third quarter, and a turnover. The Rock Island defense, which I said limited teams during the course of the year to an average of 49 points per game, has reared its defensive head again.
That was a nightmarish third quarter for the New Trier.
Scott Small wearing number 33, high post. Donnie White, who had a couple of good drives in that third quarter, and McGahee, who hit a couple of crucial baskets.
Rock Island with the smaller lineup has been more patient with their offense. They've reversed the ball more frequently. They've got more people involved in the offense.
Pulliam short. Rebound McGahee. Muscle time. Won't go. Rebound Donnie White. They'll re-crank it. Nice crisp pass. Pulliam doesn't want the shot.
Reset it right here, and that's what they're going to do.
Turnover-wise, New Trier with 13, Rocky with only 8. We have 7 minutes remaining in regulation.
A flex offense here. A shuffle cut on the baseline. Down pick. Very patient. Nobody likes to play defense for long periods of time, and that's what Rock Island's making New Trier do.
Pulliam hangs and scores.
Excellent touch by a sophomore, Tony Pulliam.
That's the biggest lead of the night for Rock Island, 41-35.
Make a run here, Jim.
Hilscher, who's been quiet in the second half after scoring 10 in the first. This is Bird. It's short. They needed that, couldn't get it. Who wants the rebound? Bird says, I'll take it. Spots Nord across the lane. Nord up, and he hits it. That was a big bucket for the Trevians. They needed it.
That's right. Good pass by Bird.
You hear the Rock Island fans behind us, as well as the New Trier fans, both urging their teams on. White thought he saw a seam, but it was closed off down low. Jim Albrecht, Mel Rustio, the coach of Jacksonville, and Frank Pisoni. Hoping you're enjoying the action.
They're going a little offense here to spread, try to get some backdoor cut off the high post here. Rock Island really become patient in their offense.
Nice pass to White, but a good defensive move there by Nord, who saw the pass and jumped out and shut off the lane. Again, Brian Jones and Lamont Wortham, the two big men on the bench. Jones with 3, but he can come in now, but
this unit's playing very well.
That's right.
Very well.
It's not broke.
That's right.
Allison on the floor again. He and Dobbins went after the ball. Pulliam inbounds. Again, he's in a bad spot on the floor. That was a bad spot on the floor.
It's a bad place to go to receive a pass, and if you're the inbounder, you try to refrain from throwing the ball there.
Pulliam looks. Ball was tipped, but Allison came away with it. Allison is fouled out front by Nord. And Nord and Allison exchange glances. What Nord was saying is, hey, you're making it look like you're fouled.
That's right. Let's check it here. I think he did do a little acrobat here, but he did get fouled. Coming across here. He doesn't really go quite as high on his roll.
I tell you, if Allison studies this hard, I don't want to be in the same room. There's going to be books flying.
That's right. He'll mess up the curve, won't he?
Ooh, Donnie White in trouble in that same spot on the floor. We're going to have a jump ball, and the arrow should point to Rock Island, and it does.
Big guys are coming back.
Lamont Wortham will check in. Brian Jones will check in. Scott Small will come out.
Now realize you got some fresh bodies in here, and they have to be big bodies. So maybe this will really make a difference inside against the likes of Nord.
Hilscher.
That's right.
Ball kicked away, but Rock Island somehow got it back, and now we've got a foul on Nord. Sometimes you need luck to win basketball games, and that was a lucky break for Rock Island because they had almost lost the inbound.
Right. The interesting to see here if Rock Island continues to have the good patience on offense with the two big kids in, Wortham and Jones. Certainly they're fresh people in there and should be able to go to the boards rather aggressively.
I was just checking on Nord, and as I do so, we see that he has picked up his 5th personal foul.
I thought it was his 4th. That's
So
a
did
big
I.
loss. A big loss for the Trier.
Nord thought it was his 4th as well, and the scorekeeper here didn't put it on the board right away. Everybody had to recheck their numbers, and when they finally came up with the answer, Nord will sit with 5:05 remaining here in this ball game. He's a junior, so it's not one of those last high school game scenarios if in fact New Trier doesn't pull it out.
It's a big loss for this ball club in this ball game though, because Nord really is a tough interior player.
Scott Claiborne will check in his place. Oh, that's a terrible pass, and Bird picks it off. That was one of those who wants it passes. Maybe somebody knocked that away at the baseline. I couldn't tell if somebody got a hand on it or not. New Trier can close to within 2. This one could go down to the final minute, and I wouldn't doubt if it does. Inside it goes. Turnaround jumper is there.
Big basket.
Wilson.
Big basket by Wilson. Beautiful job.
Wilson leaned back, and Duncan Reed wants a timeout, and he'll get it with 4:31 remaining in the game. New Trier is putting on its run. They trail 41-39. We'll be back after this from one of your network sponsors, the Illinois Pork Producers. Despite the fact that New Trier has been held to just 9 points here in the second half, they are still very much in this one. We said at the outset, I guess we can go back to our prediction now, Coach. It's looking good. That the tempo would be slowed down and of the defensive type, and it is that. 41-39, Rocky with the ball and the lead. Donnie White springs, looks for Jones, turnaround, got it.
Good penetration by Donnie White. Found the open Brian Jones, and Jones put it off the glass to extend Rock Island's lead to 4 now.
Well, there's 2 questions. Who will win this, and how many floor burns will Chris Allison have when it's over? Down low, Hilscher. That's where he wants to be, and he got the roll.
Nice little rotation. Somebody missed an assignment in there on Hilscher.
He was quiet this entire second half, but he wakes up now when they need it the most. 41 for New Trier. Only 2 away from the tie. Rock Island goes low post. Jones double team, puts it up. He's fouled. Hilscher picked it up.
They're going right to Brian Jones in the strong side hole. First entry pass is made to that wing, and he's posted up here. Watch him posted up here now, Jim. Catches the ball, makes a nice little crossover move, goes up and draws the foul.
Rick Hilscher didn't get much of him, but he got just enough, according to the man in the strut.
Well, both ball clubs are in a bonus now, and of course that was a shooting foul, but shove it inside. You can go to the line in the late going.
As a team, Rock Island shoots 70% for the free throw line, and that has come to the fore a couple of times this year.
And I'm sure they haven't been shooting that well going into this quarter. But he got both of them.
So Jones with the last 4 Rock Island points. Pressure in the backcourt. Hilscher says, well, I'll take it up. Then he gives it off to his running mate, Dobbs.
We're not going to see Hilscher with the ball in the open floor much, are we?
I remember once watching John Wooden when Swen Nader brought the ball up.
That's what it looked like.
You could hear it all over the court. No, Swen, no. New Trier, every
New
trip
Trier has to do. They have to be patient. They've got to come away with a basket.
First, oh, I thought he had that shot. That's what they wanted. Fighting for the rebound is Jones. Elbows flying, and a foul underneath on Scott Claiborne for New Trier. I thought for a second there, Jones might be called for the elbows.
Yeah, check. Good shot here. Bird has a good shot, just doesn't go for him. Jones has the inside position, gets a rebound, and we got Claiborne reaching in. There's a shot by Bird. Inside position, rebound by Jones. I think maybe he got him a little early.
Brian is very aggressive. He's trying for his 5th point in a row here during this run. And he got it.
It's got the shooter's roll right there.
Well, when you look at Brian Jones, you say, well, here's a tall kid, but he's pretty skinny. He's going to get shoved around a lot. That's not often the case.
He's stronger than what he appears, and obviously he's very, very effective at the free throw line.
Duncan Reed, who finished 4th at the state last year, could do no worse than that this year if his Rocks hang on to a 6-point lead. Matt Wilson will give it up to his guards. There are exactly 3 minutes remaining. Against the zone.
Still no reason to panic here. You know, they with the 3-point shot, you got just a couple possessions here and a tie ball game.
Well, Dobbins is their man and has been all year. There's the shot, not this time. Rebound, Wilson back up, and it won't go. Tip Hilscher now. Who wants this? Claiborne says, I'll get it back out.
There's the 3 again.
Dobbins again. Got it. Big shot.
And that makes 14 points in the half for New Trier.
47-44. To quote Mel Sheets, well, Dobbins gets most of the ink because he makes the crucial baskets down the stretch. We'll see. McGahee down the lane. Muscle. No, too much iron. Rebound and
over
a foul on New Trier.
Wilson over the back of McGahee. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised New Trier isn't coached here to pick up the charge with the penetration here.
Did McGahee want this or what? McGahee at the line, a 72% shooter on the year. The season high 19 points. He won't get that tonight, but he won't care. He needs that free throw and gets it.
Got to make him down the line here.
You wonder how many coaches across America wake up in the morning and the first thing they say is free throw.
Free throws. Well, when you've got the lead and you got the ball, you know you're going to be fouled, and you just have to go to the line and then hit them.
Now, Rock Island will put on some pressure, but then they'll back off and make them shoot over the top of this zone if possible. That's their plan. Let's see what New Trier wants to
They're going
do.
to stay in their 3-2 zone, and there's Dobbins again.
It's blocked by Pulliam. Pulliam got out there and blocked it, but it's saved by Claiborne. Back to Bird. Bird in the lane, dishes it off nicely, and Wilson is fouled. Boy, New Trier wants it too.
New Trier's looking first for the 3-pointer, but then they'll take the 2-pointer if that doesn't help, or if the 3-pointer doesn't happen for him.
The thing about Pulliam, the deceptive thing about him is he can play defense away from you about 4 feet, to go for the shot, and then he leaps out with that long arm and bats it away, which he did to Dobbins.
He's such an excellent anticipator on defense.
Wilson with some big ones. In and out.
Down at the other end, Rock Island was converting those free throws up here. Wilson's letting it get away.
There you see some of the Rock Island fans. Got it. Timeout on the floor. New Trier wants to talk it over. 1:51 remains. Rock Island holds on to a 4-point lead. Here now is a message from one of your network sponsors, John Deere. Assistant coaches don't get a lot of credit, but one of the things they have to look at and keep track of, because they're oh so crucial, are these timeouts. New Trier has 2, Rock Island has 3.
You're right with both observations. Assistant coaches are worth their weight in gold, and usually programs that are successful have outstanding coaches throughout, top to bottom.
Not to mention those scouts.
That's right.
Those guys who volunteer to drive 3 hours across state and see who's a good player and who's not. Pulliam. Rocks now can take their time.
Delay offense. They're in a delay offense. Double high post with McGahee and Jones. They're going to look for backdoor cuts, but they're going to be patient.
Ooh, Jones hits the deck. Donnie White's in trouble. He wants a timeout, but he gets a foul instead on Claiborne. Well, the Rocks got a break on that one. Did you see Donnie White's expression? Yeah. He was looking right at Duncan Reed saying, I need a timeout, coach.
Yeah, Rock Island's happy to be in this situation. They got a 4-point lead. Of course, they're going to the free throw line right now, but they're happy. They're going to bring their big people out, the high post at the angle, and run their little delay offense. So New Trier did a good job, Jim, double teaming there.
White, he's a very good free throw shooter. White shoots 79% on the year. Allison 81. Pulliam 73. McGahee 72.
Down the stretch, you got to put them in there.
This looks like the Rockford-Boylan super sectional game. They made free throws in that 4th quarter, and that's what did in Steve Goers and company. 1:15 remaining. New Trier needs at least 2, but they'd like 3 from Mr. Dobbins if they could get it. Oh, he stumbled, and it's out of bounds.
Rock Island is extending their 3-2 a little bit in terms of the wings spread out. They tried to throw diagonal across to Dobbins, and Dobbins just simply stumbled and lost the ball out of bounds.
If he hadn't stumbled, he could have come back and gotten the ball.
Sure. That may have been the big breaker there for New Trier.
Rocky won't take a shot unless it's a layup or a jump ball, and now the jump ball is called, and it goes to New Trier. Well, that's not what Rock Island wanted. New Trier, though, got the turnover they desperately needed.
Well, they need 2 threes here. If you're a New Trier fan, plenty of time when you got a kid like Dobbins on the floor, but you're going to have to look for him right away.
And if you're a basketball fan, enjoy it.
Trying to throw diagonal to Dobbins as much as they can.
Bird outside, no. Rebound Allison. 44 seconds remaining. Allison will do his Bob Cousy routine.
Foul, but it wasn't called.
1-1 is what the official said, and Allison will go to the line.
That's an intentional foul. No chance to go for the ball.
Chris Allison having a typical game. He hasn't scored yet. Tell that to New Trier.
Yeah.
He hasn't been out of the game yet either.
That's right. And the only one that hasn't been, I guess.
And I wouldn't take him out either.
Missed that one in New Trier. Will get another chance. They've got to score this time now. They simply
need a 3 right away.
Dobbins is the man they want with the basketball. He wears number 14, but he can't shake free. Pulliam's on Dobbins. Long one by Hilscher, no good. Donnie White with a rebound, and that should just about do it if White can make the free throws. They had Pulliam on Dobbins.
Yeah.
Not letting him shake free for the 3, and then Hilscher, the sophomore, said, well, they're leaving me open on the baseline. I'll try.
Dobbins is trying to get the 3 at the wrong spot at the top of the key. Of course, the sophomore had to take it. Somebody had to take it. So, Hilshire took it, missed it, and New Trier was forced to foul. But Dobbins is working the top of the circle, and you got too good an athlete out there in Tony Pulliam. He's too quick with those long arms. He's not going to let him get that jump shot off.
Timeout on the floor, so let's pause for this from one of your network sponsors, Country Companies. When you're playing catch-up and you only have precious seconds left in the game, everything has to go right, Coach. And for New Trier, that hasn't been the case.
They're trying to set Dobbins up throwing across court. Well, he just got his feet tangled up as he was trying to turn to get beyond the three-point line, and the ball went out of bounds. And you know, that's a tough situation. But as you say, everything's got to go right when you're playing catch-up.
New Trier, 22-8 coming in, and again, 3 of those losses were to Evanston. 2 were to Thornridge, who made it to the Elite Eight. Free throw up and in, Donnie White.
It makes it 3 possessions now, Jim.
1 step closer to the Final Four. If Rock Island does hang on, they'll have their hand full tomorrow.
Still 3 possessions here for New Trier to do damage. So Rock Island thing they don't want to do is foul. They don't want to stop the clock.
They're going to take too much time just trying to get the shot off because this rocky defense. Hilscher off the glass. No. Rebound fought for. Wilson had it. Kicks it out to Dobbins for 3. He can't get it. Wilson back up. That'll score. Rock Island doesn't care. There's only 3 seconds left to go, and this one will belong to the Rock Island Rocks. They lead it 52-47. Quickly, let's take a look at some of the scores here. McGahee came to life in the second half for Rock Island, hitting 14 for the game now. Donnie White, who averages 16, has 17 in this contest. Tony Pulliam, the other man in double figures for the Rocks, with 10.
Hillshire was shut down with only 2 points the second half.
He has 12 in this ball game now. Dobbins, who was averaging 15, right around there with 14 for the game. And Matt Wilson, the center, who averages 9, has 9 for New Trier. Those are the leading scorers because we expect to send this back to your local affiliates as quickly as possible. This game, the 4th game of the quarterfinals, always runs a little long.
And don't forget, our coverage of the state finals will continue tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Your IHSA network sponsors, the Country Companies, John Deere, and the pork producers of Illinois. Hope you'll be with us for all the action tomorrow morning and again tomorrow night starting at 6.
I would never let down a pork producer. There you go. Never.
You know, the big turnaround in this ball game again was when Duncan Reed went with a smaller lineup, took the 2-6-8 kids out, put on a little heat, got a little bit more patient in their offense, and got things going.
And New Trier shot 1 of 8 in the 3rd quarter.
Just a terrible 3rd quarter shooting.
They came out leading 30-24, and before they knew it, it was 31-30 Rock Island. They did regain the lead, 35-31, but then Rock Island caught them again. And now what's the problem? We only have 4 people on the court. Well, checking back in now will be Andrew Henry. Not enough men on the field.
Well, if you can't beat him with 5, you don't want to play with 4.
Well, will there be a foul? No foul. This game is over. Rock Island, 27-4. And they do it the hard way. They've been doing it this way all year. They do it the hard way. New Trier ends its fine season at 22-9, and Mel Sheets and company are to be congratulated. They just didn't have enough in those final 4 minutes. 52-47, our final here at Assembly Hall. So tomorrow we'll be back at 11. Chicago King, a 63-46 winner over Thornridge today, will face East St. Louis Lincoln, a team trying to win 3 state championships in a row. Lincoln knocked off Aurora East in a thriller, 72-70 with a last-second shot. Tonight, Chicago Heights Bloom fell 1 point short of an upset over Peoria Central. Central advances. They will play Rock Island in the 2nd game tomorrow. So for Frank Massoni, for Art Kimball, and for my analyst Mel Rustio from Jacksonville, this is Jim Albrecht bidding you all a good evening. We're down to the Final 4. Good night, everybody.
You've been watching the 1989 chapter of March Madness. Your network sponsors were John Deere and your local John Deere dealer. The Illinois Pork Producers Association. The 10,000 pork producers in Illinois encourage you to try the new lean, nutritious pork, the other white meat. And the Country Companies, and there are more than 900 agents throughout Illinois. You've got the country behind you.